Your energy is sacred and they're draining it. Aldous Huxley. There is a war being waged, not with guns, not with bombs, but with something far more insidious. They are stealing from you every single day, and you don't even know it's happening. What are they taking? Your energy, your life force, the sacred fire that was meant to illuminate your path, to fuel your purpose, to connect you with the divine. Aldous Huxley saw it coming decades ago. He warned us, and we didn't listen. Look around you. How do you feel right now in this very moment? Exhausted? Depleted? Like you're running on fumes, dragging yourself through each day with barely enough strength to make it to the next. That's not an accident. That's not just modern life. That's theft. Systematic, calculated spiritual theft. Huxley understood something that most people refuse to see. He understood that the greatest conquest is not the conquest of land or resources. It's the conquest of the human soul. It's the draining of your inner light until you're too tired to resist, too numb to feel, too distracted to even notice what's been taken from you. Your energy is sacred. Let me say that again, because you need to hear it. Your energy is sacred. It's not just some biological function, some chemical reaction in your body. It's the essence of your being. It's the spark of the divine that lives within you. And right now, in this very moment, there are systems, structures, and forces designed specifically to drain every last drop of it from your soul. Think about your morning. You wake up, and before your feet even touch the floor, what do? You reach for your phone. Immediately, you're bombarded. Notifications, news, drama, outrage, fear. Before you've even taken a full breath, before you've said a prayer or centered yourself, they've already gotten to you. Your attention, your emotional energy, your mental clarity, gone. Stolen in the first 30 seconds of consciousness. Huxley wrote about the soma in Brave New World, a drug that kept people docile, compliant, distracted. He was showing us our future. But here's what most people miss. We don't need soma anymore. We have something far more effective. We have infinite scrolling. We have algorithmic manipulation. We have a digital injection of dopamine and cortisol pumped directly into our nervous systems 24 hours a day. You think you're just checking social media? No, you're being harvested. Your attention is being extracted like oil from the earth. And attention is energy. Where your attention goes, your life force flows. And they know this. The architects of these systems know this better than you do. Every like, every share, every comment section argument about something that won't matter tomorrow, every manufactured controversy designed to keep you angry, divided and engaged, it's all a siphon, a pipeline directly into your soul, draining you of the sacred energy you need to fulfill your true purpose. But it goes deeper, so much deeper. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly alive? Not just happy or entertained, but alive. Connected to something greater than yourself. Present in the fullness of your being. For most people, it's been years, maybe decades, maybe never. Because they've filled your life with noise. Constant, relentless noise. Music in every store. Screens in every waiting room. Podcasts in your ears during every commute. You're never alone with your thoughts anymore. You're never in silence. And silence is where God speaks. Silence is where your soul breathes. Silence is where you reconnect with the sacred energy that is your birthright. But they can't have you in silence, because in silence you might wake up. You might realize what's been done to you. You might start asking the dangerous questions. Who am I really? What am I here for? Why am I so tired all the time? Why does my life feel so empty despite having so much? And then there's your work. Oh, your work. You spend the best hours of your day, the prime energy of your life, building someone else's dream, making someone else rich, enriching a system that sees you as nothing more than a resource to be exploited, a battery to be drained and then discarded when you're no longer useful. Huxley understood the machinery of control. He understood that the most effective slavery is the kind where the slaves don't even know they're enslaved, where they actually defend their chains, where they mock anyone who suggests there might be another way to live. You wake up tired. You go to a job that slowly kills your spirit. You sit in traffic or on crowded trains, surrounded by other walking dead. You come home exhausted. You numb yourself with screens, with food, with substances, with anything to not feel the gaping void where your sacred energy used to be. You collapse into bed, and then you do it again, and again, and again. And they call this life. They call this normal. They call this success. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You were not created for this. You were not put on this earth to be a battery for someone else's empire. You were not given the breath of life, the spark of divine consciousness, just to have it slowly drained away in fluorescent lit offices and endless Zoom meetings. Your energy is sacred because it comes from the sacred. It's not yours to waste. It's not theirs to steal. It's a gift, a responsibility, a trust placed in your hands by the Creator of all things. I know what some of you are thinking right now, but what can I do? I have bills. I have responsibilities. I have a family. I can't just opt out of society, and you're right. You can't, not completely. But here's what you can do. You can become aware. You can stop being an unconscious participant in your own draining. You can start protecting your energy like the sacred resource it is. Let me give you something practical, something you can do today. Right now. First, reclaim your mornings. Before you check your phone, before you open yourself up to the world's chaos, spend time in silence, in prayer, in meditation, in connection with the source of all energy, even 10 minutes. Protect those first moments of consciousness like your life depends on it, because it does. Second, audit your life. Look at everything you do, everyone you spend time with, every piece of media you consume. Ask yourself, is this giving me energy or taking it? Be ruthless. The people who drain you without giving anything back, limit your time with them. The news that makes you angry and afraid without empowering you to change anything, turn it off. The job that's killing your soul, start planning your exit, even if it takes years. Third, create sacred boundaries. Your attention is sacred. Your time is sacred. Your emotional energy is sacred. Stop giving it away for free. Learn to say no. Learn to disconnect. Learn to protect your inner sanctuary from the constant invasion of a world that wants to consume you. And fourth, this is the most important, reconnect with purpose. You have a reason for being here, a unique calling that only you can fulfill. But you can't answer that calling when you're running on empty. You can't shine your light when your lamp has no oil. Now here's where everything changes. Here's the revelation that Huxley himself was searching for, even if he never fully articulated it in his work. You are not just a victim in this story. You are not helpless, because while they can drain your energy, they cannot touch your source. They can steal your time, your attention, your emotional reactions, but they cannot sever your connection to the divine unless you let them. God is not just watching this happen. God is the infinite wellspring of energy that can never be depleted, the source that never runs dry, the light that can never be extinguished, and you have direct access to it, right now, in this very moment. This is what they really fear. Not that you'll get angry, not that you'll complain, not that you'll protest. They fear that you'll reconnect, that you'll remember who you are, that you'll tap back into the sacred source of unlimited energy that flows through all creation. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." That wasn't poetic language. That was a literal invitation, an offer to exchange your exhaustion for his unlimited energy, your depletion for his abundant life. The Psalms say, "He restores my soul," present tense, continuous action. Not just once, but constantly, daily, moment by moment. A perpetual restoration of the sacred energy that the world tries to steal. You see, the enemy's entire strategy depends on you forgetting this one truth. You are connected to an infinite source. They need you to believe that your energy is limited, that you're weak, that you're powerless, that you're just a tiny, finite being struggling to survive in a hostile world. But that's a lie, the biggest lie ever told. You are a child of the Most High God. You carry within you the same power that spoke the universe into existence, the same energy that raises the dead, that parts seas, that turns water into wine. That energy is your inheritance. That energy is your birthright. And when you reconnect with that source, everything changes. The job that was draining you, it becomes a mission field. The difficult people, they become opportunities for love. The exhaustion, it transforms into a deep, abiding strength that the world cannot understand and cannot take away. Huxley saw the problem with crystal clarity. He described the mechanisms of control, the systems of spiritual theft, the brave new world of manufactured consent and engineered exhaustion. But he couldn't quite see the solution. Or perhaps he saw it, but couldn't bring himself to fully embrace it. The solution is surrender, not to the systems that drain you, but to the source that fills you. Surrender to the God who doesn't want your energy. He wants to give you his. This is not about becoming some kind of spiritual superhero. This is about survival. This is about reclaiming what was always yours. This is about stopping the theft and opening yourself to the abundant life you were promised. Because here's what happens when you do this. You become dangerous. Not dangerous to people, but dangerous to the systems. Dangerous to the structures. Dangerous to the principalities and powers that feed on human exhaustion and despair. A person connected to the infinite source of divine energy cannot be controlled, cannot be manipulated, cannot be drained. They keep trying to take from you, but you keep getting filled up. They keep trying to exhaust you, but you keep finding strength. They keep trying to break your spirit, but you keep rising. So here's what I need you to understand. Right here, right now. This message isn't entertainment. This isn't content. This is an alarm. This is a wake-up call. This is me reaching through the screen, grabbing you by the shoulders and telling you your energy is sacred. Stop letting them steal it. You don't have to live this way. You don't have to wake up exhausted every morning. You don't have to spend your life building someone else's kingdom. You don't have to numb yourself every evening just to cope with the emptiness. There is another way. There is a life of abundance, of purpose, of sacred energy flowing through you like a river. But you have to choose it. You have to protect it. You have to fight for it. And yes, it is a fight, because the world will not give up its claim on you easily. The systems will not stop trying to drain you. The algorithms will not stop trying to capture your attention. But you have something they don't. You have access to a source they cannot touch, a power they cannot comprehend, a love that never runs dry. Aldous Huxley warned us. He showed us the cage. He described the mechanisms of our imprisonment. But he couldn't give us the key. Let me give it to you now. The key is this: reconnect, return, restore. Every single day, as many times as it takes, turn away from the draining and turn toward the source. Guard your energy like the sacred treasure it is. Protect your soul like the holy temple it was created to be. And watch what happens. Watch how your life transforms when you stop leaking energy into every demand, every distraction, every meaningless pursuit. Watch how you begin to shine when you reconnect with the light that never dims. You were meant for so much more than this. So much more than exhaustion and emptiness. You were meant to burn bright, to live fully, to love deeply, to create, to build, to impact, to transform. But you can't do any of that running on empty. Fill up right now, this moment. Close your eyes if you need to. Take a breath, a real breath. Connect with the source and feel the sacred energy begin to flow again. This is your life, your one precious, irreplaceable life. Don't spend it being drained. Spend it being filled. Spend it overflowing. Spend it becoming the radiant, powerful, purposeful being you were always meant to be. They're draining you, but God is refilling you, and His supply never runs out. If this message opened your eyes, subscribe, because the next revelation will shake you even more. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, someone who's running on empty, someone who's forgotten their sacred energy, someone who needs to remember who they really are. The war for your soul is real, but you don't have to lose. You were never meant to lose. You are connected to victory itself, to life itself, to the infinite, eternal, unstoppable energy of God Himself. Reclaim it, protect it, live it. Your energy is sacred. Don't let them steal another moment.